This story is about a younger pleasant couple, Pippa and Thomas, who are very excited to start staying together after renting their first apartment. Pippa works as a trainee optometrist at Loptic, and Thomas works from home. Pippa and Thomas soon realize the opposite window across the street there is a man with a professional studio taking photographs of a woman and later watch them having sex. Pippa develops feelings after watching their neighbors in the act and decides to have it also with her boyfriend Thomas. Unfortunately, she finds him in a deep sleep and decides to leave him. Pippa in the morning receives a gift of bird feeder from Dr. San to her boss at work as housewarming. Pippa comes back home with a pair of binoculars so as she and Thomas can spy on the couple across the street closely together. Soon they realize that her husband cheats on his wife when she's out. Pippa starts to develop feelings to a man across the street after watching him several times and how romantic he is to his wife. One night, Pippa asks Thomas to have sex with him, but Thomas finished early and left her in the moods. Pippa wakes up at night with a binocular to watch the man as she is becoming addicted with his body. Pippa expresses interest in knowing deep about their neighboring couple. First, she realizes that Thomas knows how to tap voices from another room using laser pointer. The process requires a reflective surface to send laser beam back to them. As Pippa and Thomas watching them, they realize that there is a Halloween costume party in their neighboring apartment and sneak into it as guests. Pippa plants a mirror in the apartment. Thomas and Pippa start to listen to their neighboring conversation across the street. The next day, the wife, whose real name is Julia, visits Lapotique due to complication in her eyes and receives stylish glasses recommended by Julia after several exams. Julia, after long conversation, invites Pippa to hang out. Pippa wants to tell Julia about her husband's adultery, but Thomas denies her and stops her from spying on their neighbor. Later, Julia and Pippa meet at a spa. Julia reveals that her husband is called Sebastian and he is a professional photographer. As they come back, Sebastian have a threesome and throw a condom in the dustbin while Pippa is watching. She hacks into their wireless printer and anonymously exposes Sebastian's inappropriate item to his wife Julia. Julia finds a condom in the bin and confronts Sebastian to stamp him before getting second thought. Later at night, Thomas attacks Pippa when realized that she is so concerned about their neighbor's life. The next morning, Pippa and Thomas decide to reconcile. As they hug each other, Pippa realizes a strange thing. When Sebastian is discovering Julia's dead body in the bedroom after cutting her own throat, furious Thomas blames Pippa for ending Julia's life and separates with her. Pippa becomes heartbroken but remains spying on Sebastian. One day she confirms him going to a nearby bar and meet him for a long talk. Sebastian asks her to have a photograph at his appointment and Pippa accepts. Since Pippa had feelings for Sebastian for a long time, they ended up having sex. During the act, Thomas with flowers comes back to visit Pippa, consumes a drink and powers some in the bird fielder. Later he notes Pippa having sex with Sebastian across the street. Pippa, on returning home the next morning, she finds Thomas hanged and dead in the apartment. Sebastian invites Pippa on his exhibition, in which he has a collaboration with Julia. Pippa realizes that Julia is alive and they have been spying on them too and uses them. She storms off, so heartbroken. Julia and Sebastian, on returning home, they find a congratulatory bottle of wine on their door. Just starting drinking wine, Pippa sends a paper through their printer saying she knows they killed Thomas. They decide to run after her up to Loptic. Pippa tells them that she found bodies dead at their bird feeder, and this implies that Julia poisoned Thomas's drink while she was having sex with Sebastian across the street. She also reveals that she had poisoned their drink, causing them to faint. Pippa places Julia and Sebastian under a elastic machine and burn their corneas and leave them blind for good. That's all for today. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. Like and comment on this video. Thanks.